There are club layouts which are paid for by the club, it's an approved club project. Rolling stock will belong to members, so they don't provide any members. I think these trains are so individual. Providing facility to run trains.
Okay.
It's normally that bad at some stage, and then it's not anyway. So, well, that's how it happens.
Sound. Yeah, mate, come on in.
What goes on? I've been trying to get you some video.
No, I got film.
You know, have you got sound? Can someone confirm if you've got sound?
I've got them on the wall.
Microphone's working? I'm focusing on that side here. Turn the mic off. Okay?
I think you're full.
Is that any better? Have you got sound now? Hello, can you hear me?
When I stand on the scales on Friday, I fear
Only hearing through the camera mic.
Okay, sorry. Unplug it in, plug it back in again.
You should burn out of me being a four-calling bird. Two deep bass voices blaring out four-calling They were very good.
I've just muted and unmuted in case.
Is that working now? Great technical services, you're not allowed to use it.
You speak, Paul. Just in.
Hiya. Can you hear me? And he's just gone to try and do a bit of technical update. So what you can get up to? When it's all beyond me.
How's that, Paul?
Can you hear that? Is that audible? Is that better?
Can't hear it.
Probably quite in the background noise.
He says,
One burning in the background.
he's put back, can't hear anything now.
May well be not working very well at all.
Let's just speak to the cat.
Okay, I'm now speaking to the camera. Is that audible? There'll probably be quite a bit of background noise, but I will speak loudly.
Just the camera mic.
Yeah, just the camera mic, yeah.
Is it legible? Can they hear me as well?
Can people hear what I'm saying? In which case, Andy will come back and we'll talk to the microphone in the phone.
But I better try turning the camera around. Try speaking now, Paul.
Okay, can anybody hear me? Here I am. Well, I can
No.
see his Paul's face there.
No.
Hey!
It's the best looking picture you've had all night, that was.
How's that, Paul?
Ah, hello, here I am, yes. Well, there we go.
Is that working?
Yeah, I'm there now, Thank you, Piccadilly. Here I am.
Is that working?
Yeah, I'm there now. Okay. That's much better. Thanks, Piccadilly, that's brilliant. Okay, bingo. Yeah, well, Andy is our technical manager, you know, and as usual, he's not done so well at it, but well, he'll get there eventually. You want to see him more in a layout?
Okay, so good evening all. Welcome to the Warley new members open evening at the club. So we have a quick chat with you tonight, and if anyone's got any questions, ask away. But just really to show the club tonight and that we have got new people here. So, Paul?
Yeah, hello, welcome. This is our first new members evening, a couple of weeks after our exhibition at the NEC. The idea being that those who expressed interest at the show could come along and find out what we're about. And I'm pleased to say we've got 10 or 11 people here this evening. Hopefully they might find what they see stimulating and interesting enough to join us. I've just chatted to a chap called Paul who is very keen to come along and will be joining us shortly, which is great. The show was a really good success. If you came, I hope you enjoyed it. Our attendance was up about 3%, which is great. Keeps us to our sort of number we're looking at, which is 15,000 and a bit more per annum. It works at that. To be honest, if we had many more people, it would be a bit too crowded. At times it was difficult to move in some parts of the hall in any event. Reviews seem to have been pretty good, pretty solid, and they've been asked to do more of the same. So my successor, Nigel Smith, is already working on the planning for next year's exhibition. You might be able to hear behind me on our Club O gauge layout, Warley Road, there's a Class 31 just going past with sound. Yeah, you can see that in the background, I think, burbling away. There are other steam locos on there. We're not running tonight to any particular period. It's just for members to run a selection of their rolling stock. In addition, we have 00 layouts running, we have N-gauge layouts running, a Scale 7 layout running, a 7mm narrow gauge layout running, and an American HO gauge layout running. So a lot's happening in the club tonight. Hope it'll all be of interest. Okay, Andy.
That's great. Well, I've been watching our videos lately. We've had quite a few good videos coming out. So, interviewing Simon Kohler and Dave Watson. We met Lyndon Davis up on Hornby, which is, you know, it's quite good for Lyndon to come on our channel because
absolutely.
he doesn't do interviews very often. So that was good. But we've got lots coming out in the next couple of weeks. We've got an interview with Montana this Saturday evening, and then we've got the start of the Great Model Railway Challenge. So next Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve, you've got Team Grantham, and we've got Loco Ladies, which is a fantastic interview. They were great fun. And we've got Paul on the interview speaking, so that's worth checking out. And that will probably be next Saturday, a week Saturday. So look out for that one. But there's plenty more. We've got Everard Junction on our channel in the coming weeks, interviewing Backman. So follow. And we actually got Richard in the Batman Collectors Club Lounge. So you see inside the Collectors Club. So yeah, I've got some great stuff coming out.
Excellent, Andy. I would just say, I've just seen John there, who's come up with a message, 180-mile round trip to our club from where he lives. Well, perhaps I should mention our open day on Sunday, the 16th of February next. Could be worth a visit if you want to come along and see what we're up to. It's open from 11 till 4. Look on the website; it'll give you instructions of how to get there. That's warleymrc.org.co.uk, and just come and have a see what we're about. We'd love to see you. Somebody's just asked how we became the biggest club in the country. That may well be true. I don't know. I don't know how many members, for instance, the Model Railway Club in London have, but it's certainly true we have over 200 members, and it's largely been through providing a facility that members have wanted to be a part of and involved with. And involvement in our exhibition does attract quite a number of people. They want to come along, help us out, be involved with it. It is quite rewarding. So overall, it's been a great success. We have this great facility here, 6,000 square feet, lots of layouts, lots of members working on layouts, and it's good to be part of it. And a lot of people enjoy it, which is what it's all about.
So hello Tim, hello Stuart.
And he's just flicking through the messages to see if there's any he wants to answer.
I can't answer questions. I asked you the questions, Paul. You're the boss now.
I don't know about that. Yeah, as you don't know, I'm chairman of the club at the moment, having been exhibition manager for over 40 years. So we are.
What's this at the moment?
Yeah.
Have you got other ideas, Paul?
No, I haven't got any ideas just yet. Yeah, that's excellent. Somebody's just making their application for membership, which is great. It's good.
Good to have you on board, Stuart. Send me the form as soon as you can.
And I'm just going to pan this round so people watching might be able to see
what's going on
in the club room and the number of people who are here enjoying themselves and eating some Christmas fare, because we have a bit of a Christmas party going on as well. So hopefully that gives a bit of a feel for the club room. There is also an upstairs mezzanine level, which I mentioned earlier, which has got the American layouts and the narrow gauge layouts on it. But that gives a feel for the sort of facilities we have here in Albury. Any questions?
Definitely worth coming to pay us a visit.
Yeah, but worth paying us a visit. If you're in the area on work or travelling up and down the M5, between junctions 1 and 2 or 3, you can come and see us at any stage. Have we any more YouTube events planned? We're talking about one in the committee. We're talking about having a specific YouTubers event rather than a club open day. And if we do that, it may well take place in May. So keep watching the channel and we'll let you know what goes on. I think it's something we should encourage and do, and as long as the committee are prepared to support it, then I suggest we'll go around with it. How many layouts do Warley have? Well, I think in total we've probably got about 16, but a number of them are in store on our racks. If you go on the website, there's a complete list of the layouts we have there under the layouts drop-down box, and you'll see there what we get up to. They're in a whole host of scale gauges, N gauge right through to G scale. So we've got something here for most people.
Stuart's just commented about having a great day, supporting us at the show this year. So
Excellent.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart. That was great. That was good. Would you say that model railways are becoming more popular or dropping in popularity? Well, my view is that it's becoming more popular. I think with Rod Stewart coming out, as they say, recently with the Railway Modeller article and everything that's followed from that, I would say that there's a considerable increase in the hobby at this moment in time, and not just in my age group, the retirees, but also in a lot of younger people. There are guests here this evening who may well join us who are in their 30s and 40s. It's great. And I think what the Rod Stewart effect has been is that a couple of the Great Model Railway Challenge, it's sort of legitimised the hobby. It's no longer the anorak profession or the interest that it used to be. It's something that is worthwhile.
One thing I got from the statistics from the show, from the NEC, was the age groups is quite a lot. It was really big spread of age groups, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah,
So
it was.
wasn't
Yeah,
Just, it wasn't
Well,
just.
yeah. It's just been saying on there that message. There is a lot now, a lot younger people at the show, which is good. We did increase our attendance. A lot of that increase was due to the youngsters, and the Great Model Railway Challenge layouts at the show definitely brought some younger people and their parents and families into the show. That was good. Good evening, New Junction.
Hello, Richard. How
Hello,
you doing?
Richard. Yeah, you all right? Good. I don't know what other questions Andy's got here. You'll fire them at me.
So, just again, Stuart, just saying about younger generation, lots of kids getting involved at the show.
Yeah.
The kids build section was quite
Yeah,
popular
it
this
was.
year.
Yeah. In fact, the Junior Models Workshop at the show, run by Maggie Gravitt and a group of her colleagues, they actually built more small projects this year than at any prior show. They did over 100 each day, so that's good. And the interesting thing about that is we've been doing that for 20 odd years, and now we're getting youngsters who've turned into young adults coming back and saying, I really enjoyed that 20 odd years ago, and this is what I've been doing since. And sometimes actually bringing their models to show Maggie and her team, which is great. That's really excellent, encouraging people to do something constructive in the hobby. If anybody reads The Spectator, in the December issue, there's an article about model railways, which is worth a read. I don't think it's on their website, but it's worth a read, and it's a very balanced article expressing the virtues of being active in a hobby like railway modelling. When is the Hornby Montana interview ready?
It's been edited today, and it should go live this Saturday evening at 7:30. So I'm going to see if I can get Montana to come on the video live and comment if she's free. So I will ask the question, but depends what she's up to. But
Okay, well, so Montana might be on our channel on Saturday evening. You can watch that now because Strictly Come Dancing's finished. So we've had the final, so there's no excuse.
and you almost get to see me falling over. So a lady was on a stand, standing behind me, and got in the way. But all parts of the fun.
Question there about how we decide what to have as the full-size exhibits at the NEC. Well, to some extent, it's a function of two major issues, really. One is the cost of transport. Transporting these prototype exhibits around the place is very expensive, and we only have a limited budget. So that can determine how far they come. And obviously, the bigger the exhibit, the more expensive they are to transport. And secondly, it's what we're offered. We do get offered a number of prototype exhibits. We try to make it variable, so that's why you saw the North Eastern Railcar this year. We've had part-built Patriots. We've had castles over the years. We want to try and make it interesting and something that is likely to appeal to railway modellers. Something perhaps to inspire a build yourself or whatever. Did you both try the Loco Ladies cake? I'm pleased to say that I did, and it was very tasty. Thank you.
I missed it. I was busy filming and losing my voice. Got a question for you, Paul. What's your personal favourite part of the hobby?
My personal favourite part of the hobby? That's interesting. I like building my own projects, and I like to have a go at everything with that. Although I've got somebody helping me build the track. I have built track in the past. It's all about the time it takes. I like building wagons and I like doing scenery. So those really are my two favourite parts of the hobby. And I enjoy very much being part of a model railway club, the camaraderie that brings, and the help it brings as well, because we learn about all sorts of aspects of the hobby that we perhaps didn't know about before, or weren't experienced in, or hadn't heard of before. And it's really adds an extra dimension to interest in railway modelling.
Richard New Junction's just asked, with HSD retiring, is there any chance of seeing a HSD power car in the hall?
Ooh, I don't know.
It'd be a good one, that would, wouldn't it?
Could be, yeah. Yeah, maybe, you never know. I think I know what the prototype's likely to be next year, but I don't think it'll be an HST.
Is there any hints to what's going to be next year?
Well, I can. The layout list is virtually complete, I understand, from Nigel. There will be one major attraction, and that is the only appearance at the UK Model Railway Show of Simon George's Heaton Lodge Junction layouts. You might have seen some snippets of this in the in BRM and also in the Railway Modeler. It will be a mere 180 feet by, I think it's 30 feet in size, a huge layout, and it'll only be making one model railway appearance. That'll be as shown next year. So the answer to that question that's just popped up, what is the biggest layout we've had at the NEC, it will be that one next year. Prior to that, we've had some large layouts, but nothing in excess of 100 feet previously. So yeah, be interesting to see if we can fit it in to start with when we do the floor plan. Yeah.
Be interesting how we can find space for that.
The scale is O gauge. Valley-Brook wanted to know. It's an O gauge layout. It is going to be quite exceptional, I think.
Interesting.
It is an actual model of Heaton Lodge Junction, which I believe is somewhere up north.
I think the shock factor's just kicked in there with the size.
Yeah. It's being built in a mill at the moment, actually. It's going to come in 3 articulated trailers, 3 articulated lorry trailers, and I think it's 44 trolleys, each containing 3 baseboards. So it gives you an indication of the size of it.
Huge.
Huge, yeah.
That dwarfs my one.
Yeah, and yours and my layout, so just drops in the ocean by
Absolutely.
comparison, yeah. Yeah, that Engage layout was good this year. The Solent Summit modular layout from some Engage modelers down on the south coast. Yeah, it was good. That's, I think, the largest formation they've ever put together of that particular diorama layout, and it was it looked good. It was interesting. That's what we try to do. We try and find something a bit out of the ordinary each year. It's not always possible. These things are not always easy to find, but there's usually something to inspire and for people to enjoy.
Well, I'll leave you to talk for a minute, Paul, because I'm going to try and grab Duncan, see if he'll say a few words on the trade and societies, and so.
Don't be too long, Andy. Right, so he's dropped his microphone on the floor, so I hope that didn't disturb you too much. Yeah, so this club has been around since 1966. I've been a member since 1968, so it shows how old I am, although I was only 14 at the time I joined. And it's been a lifelong interest and a lifelong passion building model railways. Questions just popped up there. What will be the next? What will be the next innovation? I don't really know. I suspect we're going to see control systems that don't rely on power to the track, the proto-cab type arrangement. Having cleaned the track on our O gauge layout here tonight, that would be certainly considerably easier project. The other question there was, how can you come and look at Warley? Well, we're certainly open every Tuesday, Wednesday night from 7 o'clock till 9:30, 10 o'clock if you're in the Albury area. And we also have our open days. Again, those details are on the website. You can find out how to find us on our club website easily enough. Just have a look, and if you're in the area, please drop in. Car park outside, plenty of space on an evening normally. You don't have to worry about parking outside. Some of the other units here, they use our parking spaces during the day, so we use theirs at night, and everybody seems very happy with the arrangement. So that's good. Ring the doorbell. There is a bell on the front, and if you're lucky, one of us will come and let you in. So do come along and see what we're up to. The tea and coffee is normally pretty good, actually. Brackwell Lane, thanks for that question. Plenty of it. You make your own if you wish, or if somebody might be kind enough to make it for you. Sometimes for guests we do that. We can even provide sugar. Okay, Bramley Model Railway, good to have you on tonight. Enjoy whatever you're doing for the rest of the evening. Andy's still disappeared, so I believe I've got to keep talking. Now, I was saying about my interest in the club, having been here for over 50 years now, been involved in all the projects and so on, as you would expect. And it's been great, and it continues to be great. So leave you to Andy now. Thanks for putting up with me. The O gauge layout's called Warley Road. It will feature in the Model Rail magazines if we ever get it to a stage where we think it's presentable, maybe a year or two's time. Anyway, good to chat to you all. Hope you haven't found it too boring, and speak to you again soon. And keep watching our videos. Bye for now.
Thanks, Paul. So I've now got with me John Hall. So John's going to come on camera and say a few words. I just drop it down for you, John.
Yeah, you do, yes. Testing.
So, how you get on with the show?
It went very well indeed, very well. Not necessarily like clockwork, because nothing ever does, but the finance team worked incredibly well together. We're very fortunate to have a number of volunteers, particularly the families of some of our members, and it all went very well. It has to be said, it's an unbelievably complex operation. We have our own office, we have cash handlers, and all manner of administrative procedures that we go through to make sure all the money's balanced, and it's all accounted for successfully. But we've had a very successful show, considering that there was a rail strike and bad weather. The hobby is definitely on the up, and anybody who's interested, come not only to the show, but come and look at the club and think about joining. We're always looking for new members.
We had quite a lot of new people assisting you this year, a lot of new members taking on new jobs and new roles. And...
Yeah. Like all organisations, there's a time when people, they want to move on, they want to retire. So we're trying to get new blood in to fill up the responsible positions. We're having a considerable amount of success, and we hope to continue that. I myself have only been treasurer for some 18 months, 2 years, and I'm still very much learning the ropes, but I'm still very ably supported by lots of my fellow club members, which I'm very grateful for. Plus the comradeship and the friendship.
Absolutely, the friendship's the best, isn't it? Coming down and having a good shinwag and a cup of tea.
Exactly, yes, exactly. And the fish and chips on the Tuesday.
The fish and chips. You know the fish and chip club now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
What's happening in your own project, John?
Well, as some of you may have seen some of the YouTube videos, my particular speciality, if you can call it that, is picking up old models from a variety of sources, a lot of from eBay, and I renovate them. They can either be old proprietary models, or it can be kits that need that little extra thing to actually get working once again. And I really enjoyed, since I've retired, I've been able to give it a lot more time. But the thing is, we often think about the beautiful models you can buy ready-made now. But what's often forgotten is you can buy stuff and with second hand, and you can detail it, you can get it to work, and not only that, a lot of the older models, they may not look quite the same, but they're definitely more resilient than a lot of the new ones. So
handle better, don't
they handle better, and they tend to be much more reliable. They don't have that quite same amount of detail the modern ones do, but they work, which is the most important thing. And also, I grew up in the 1960s and 70s, and if it's like, people buying vinyl records. I hark back to the time of the old models when, things weren't exactly 100% prototypical, but they got that feel about them, just like 45 vinyl records.
Yeah. I don't know if people will remember the 45 records on here, to be fair. But
I hope they do.
I'm old enough, John.
Yes.
Some of these might not be. But Stuart's thanked us for the, and said as a media person, he's surprised how much work went into the, and how much teamwork was involved with running the show, which is something you don't really see as a...
No, you don't.
When you just turn up and tickets and...
One of the great things about the club is that we all come from different backgrounds. We go from barristers to bin men, and we really welcome everybody, and we all get on together, and we all put our heart and soul into the show and this wonderful set of club rooms that we've now got. It really is good. It's a club with a tremendous amount of team spirit. The commitment that some members give is extraordinary, and we're very grateful to them.
Absolutely. So, has anyone got any questions for John as treasurer?
How much is it?
Maybe talk about membership. How much is to join the club? And
Well, we have 4 categories of membership. Don't ask me exactly what the difference is between them, but the basic one is full membership, where you can come to the show and come to the club rooms every evening, and that's mostly suitable for people who live locally. But for somebody who lives not quite locally, or we even have members in Germany, believe it or not, we have 2 classes for people who live away. One is associate membership, where you can come a certain number of times a year, and we have out-of-town membership as well for people who live a long way away. And they respect associate membership is £27 a year, and out-of-town membership is £54 a year. I don't have, I'm afraid, the exact difference between the two. But also, we're looking for, the next generation, and we've got a student members group that meets on a Friday evening. It's thriving, doing very well. There is adult guidance there and adult stewardship. And that costs £27 a year. We normally like, if a youngster comes, that he is accompanied by their parents, so the parents do have to become associate members. But that's something I would urge all parents and aspiring railway modellers over the age of 12
absolutely,
to consider.
and it's a perfect time to join at the moment. They've got a brand new layout of the building.
Yeah.
They're just starting to lay track. They've got the beautiful baseboards.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful room, and it's a fantastic opportunity.
Absolutely.
If you're a youngster, you want to get involved and you want to learn how to build a railway, model railway, come down to the club and join.
Absolutely. Come on down.
Oh, she's right.
Well, of course it is.
So,
Anyways, anything else you'd like to ask me?
let's see, I've got a question for you. How did you manage to find a show as big as the NEC at Birmingham?
Well,
I think it's just been a case of it's been
the,
it's a slow build up, hasn't it, over many years.
It is. The management of the club, a little bit before my time, made this bold decision to move from which was already an established showground, to the NEC. And to put this in perspective, the NEC is the biggest single exhibition hall in the UK, and we are in it. So I think that speaks volume.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you for coming and having a chat with us.
Not at all.
We've got our librarian standing by to say a few words.
All right. He's a good friend of mine.
So, in you come, Paul.
And nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Cheers.
John. Paul,
Hello, good evening to you.
say hello to the public.
Hello there, and welcome to Warley Model Railway Club.
So, you are our chief librarian.
Well, yes, you could say that.
So, it's not very often you get let out of the library.
No, it isn't. No, I don't get downstairs very often to look at the real trains, but I do enjoy it when I do come down.
So, what's the benefits of being a member of the club in terms of the library?
Well, in terms of the library, you've got access to over 3,000 books. You've got magazines and other things to research. We've got a reference library where you can research and make photocopies. And we've got books in the reference library going back to the early 1920s and 30s.
Well, even the magazines alone, you can go. But how long did railway model back to about 1921?
Yeah. And it's interesting when you look at some of the articles, the way they talk about the war years.
Absolutely. So you've got to full reference magazines and books.
Yes.
Modern Image, Steam, Big Four, everything.
Yes, if you can't find it there, then you can't find it anywhere.
And how often do you are you constantly looking for new books that are coming out on the market and new?
Well, we often get asked by members for certain books, which we will purchase on behalf of the members. and put in the library. But we also get a lot of donations from families who've lost loved ones, and they've bequeathed their collection to us, which we gladly receive and put into the library.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is.
And you've also got DVDs you can borrow, and
Yes, we've got DVDs. We've got split into two sections. We've got the modern image, the diesels and the electrics, and we've got a young member over there whose ears pricked up when I mentioned diesels. And then we've got the steam for the steam buffs, and those of a more mature year.
oh, everyone likes a steam train,
Everyone,
regardless,
yes.
regardless of the age.
Well, my son works on the Severn Valley Railway, so I must say the steam railway as well.
So, Rockwell Lane, yes, we do videos on the layouts in the club. It's something we need to do again, so hopefully next year we'll go around and do a feature on all the different layouts at the club, so yes, it will happen. Any VHS videos?
VHS videos?
Yes.
Well, we had a big purge on them and we had to get rid of them all to make room
For the DVDs?
for the DVDs, yes. And we've even got a couple of Blu-ray ones as well.
There you go, let's go up in the world now.
Yes, yes.
Definitely my cons.
All mod cons, yes, yes.
Okay, so has anyone got any questions for Paul in the library? Like I said, we don't get out very often, so
No, my chain doesn't go much farther than the end of this thing before I get recalled back to the library.
VHS, what's that?
VHS, very high something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I know a VHF is very high frequency.
Yeah, I don't think that works on any cassette though, does it?
No, it doesn't now. No. I always remember VHF. There was two, VHF on the radio and Virgin Trains, God bless their soul, but they did a very high frequency timetable.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
So people want to see layouts being built. Have you got any Betamax?
Betamax? No, no.
That's
no.
long gone.
That's long gone, yes. We used to even have some vinyl with train recordings on them.
Sound?
Sound, yes. But I'm afraid that's gone as well now.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Let's get them all into CD now.
that's it.
Save you space. So what do you do in terms of modelling, Paul, other than looking after books?
Well, I don't do much modelling, to be honest with you, because I'm not one of these hands-on modellers. I like to watch the trains or actually go on the trains.
Okay.
And I'm actually a ex-railway employee who worked at Bescot for 25 years. So I've got railway in the blood.
So what did you do at Bescot, Paul? Come on, this is something you need to share.
I was on the operating department and I used to travel all over the country going to different places. And I used to go down to places like Wembley, Willesden, up north to Warrington and Crewe and different places. And I used to enjoy my time on the railway.
So what locos were you looking after then?
We was on the 08s, the shunt engines, and also on the Class 40s and the different ones.
Excellent.
Hence why Matthew likes the Class 40 and the 37s at the Severn Valley.
Okay, what was the club layout at the show last year? It was just starting to be built, just wondering how it looks now. Is that my layout, my 7mm layout that was being built? If that's the case, it's got bigger since the show, and it's going to get a bit bigger in terms of continuing the main lines through. Hopefully that will be finished for next year's show, and it should be at the show fully operating, fully working, hopefully fully finished, touch wood. But that's the plan. So, but I will do an update on that once it gets into its new home early next year and show you where it's at. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of work done to it since the show, and it is coming along quite nicely now. So, it just takes time.
All I would say is if anybody's looking for a new thing to do in the new year in 2020, then give the Warley Model Railway Club.
Absolutely. If you live close enough to come along and come and visit us and say hello. We always after new members and anyone who wants, especially if you want to get involved and build models, and definitely. But even if you're not a modeller, and you can come along, have a cup of tea in the library, read a book.
We always make you very welcome here.
Absolutely. Have a cup of tea and
And some people just like to play trains all night.
absolutely.
Going round in ever decreasing circles.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everyone is welcome. Whatever you're into, whatever you want to do, come along and see us.
There's even somebody now who runs models of Class 57 diesels.
Yeah.
The 47 body snatchers.
Stuart's asking regarding the Warley NEC, how much money was raised for your charity? So for the charity, so we've raised around £220 so far. We're still waiting for the money to come in on Callum's dive armour. So hopefully that will come in. If not, we'll put another auction out and see if we get another taker for it. But the guy, we did contact the guy and he hasn't come back to us yet. So that might be opened up again, maybe on eBay or something like that, just to try and. But hopefully we'll get the guy who ordered it, who won it, will come back in touch, get back in touch with us and send us a payment.
And to show you what a friendly club we are, would you like me to get you a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with doing all this talking?
Oh no, I'm alright for now.
You're all right?
I'm trying to find another volunteer to speak.
Another volunteer where you could ask one of our younger members more, you know, one of these younger ones, if they can break away from scoffing mince pies and
I think they're too busy. eating
sausage
pies, aren't they?
rolls.
Sausage rolls and stuff in the face. So, trying to see, you know.
Oh, we can have this young man who'll come over. He's one of our modern image modelers who runs class 57s and class 50s.
So we've got a member, Jacob.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul. So, what's it like being a member of the club, Jacob?
Brilliant.
So, what did you get out of it?
Meeting friends
Excellent.
and getting to see all different types of models to give me inspiration.
Okay. And you've just inherited the layout as well, haven't you, at home?
Yes.
So, what have you got?
It's a layout that a person decided to give up, and because I was going to build a layout, and Mum saw it in the emails, and I got the layout.
That's brilliant. So, you got some stock as well?
Yeah, came
So-
with loads of wagons and stuff.
That's brilliant. So, we're going to get a video that was running soon?
Yes.
Go on the channel? Excellent.
And it's all DCC.
So, it's good to go. So, you got sound and everything working.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, that's something for the channel for coming soon, maybe in the new year.
Yeah.
So, do a full video. Brilliant. Oh, thanks, Jacob. Thanks. Can you try and send, see if you get Tony to come over? So, Tony in the second row group. So, just okay. So, it's on the scale 7 grid. I'll try and answer questions about technical advice. If not, there'll be someone here in the group, someone in the club will be able to answer you. So ask the question and I'll try and answer it. Yeah.
Finished.
No, it's still going, Paul. Someone needs technical help. So I got Paul back in here now for the technical help.
Hello again. Yes, here I am. What's the technical issue then?
Let's wait for the question.
Well, it's pleasing to report we've had 11 people here. How's Andy's layout coming along? That's a very good question. Would you like me to answer that, Andy?
Yeah, you can answer. I've answered it already, but
He's been evicted. He's had the layout in the club room, and he's
18
been
months.
18 months, and he's been evicted because he's only supposed to have a members layout here for a month. So
I've done quite well there. Stretched it out.
he's swung the lead, I'd say. Yeah. So he's been evicted, and he's going to be out by Christmas. But I'm pleased to say Andy's made other arrangements, so he should be able to continue with the build. over the coming months. It looks like being a good layout.
The technical question, the best thing to do is if you post something on the question on the club's Facebook page as a message, and then what we can do, we can get that forwarded around to the members, and we'll get an answer for you.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Good
so
plan.
if you try that, go to the Warley Facebook page, and then send a message to us, and we'll process that around.
Yeah, it's in the Warley Model Railway Club and our Facebook.
So I think we're going to finish there now, Paul.
Okay,
So,
well, that's good. Hopefully no more floorboards will be damaged. Yes, well, probably right.
I think that's referring to my kitchen.
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, we've seen Andy's kitchen. You can tell he's a single man at the moment, can't you? Yeah, the rest of us wouldn't have any chance. Any chance of getting any overseas manufacturers in the NEC next year? Well, we do try, but some of them are reluctant, and who knows what the outcome will be after Brexit. We obviously have Accurascale, amongst other overseas manufacturers. Of course, we had a Canadian crew, and we had Cato this year. So we are getting them from around the world. There are others like Fleischmann, but they've been in the past. They've been through a lot of changes in their business over the last 10, 15 years. So they may or may not want to come back again. I don't know. But if they want to come, we'll find room for them, that's for sure. So I think, is that it then, Andy?
I think we're going to finish now.
Okay, so thank you very much for tuning into this. Thank you, Andy, for hosting this and organising it for us. And I take this opportunity on behalf of Andy, myself, and all the members of Warley Model Railway Club to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy modelling New Year. Cheers, chaps. And see you soon.
And see you Saturday night for the live stream.
Oh, yeah.
For the live premiere.
And with any luck, Montana.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Take
Bye.
care.